So I had changed out my steering gear on my 2001 Chevy S-10 ZR2. That's going to be the one with the four-wheel drive package. See the 4x4 there? So I changed out my steering gear, and not only did I change my steering gear, but I also changed my my pitman arm and my idler arm. And again, it's 2001 Chevy S-10 ZR2. It's a 4x4 package. The 4.3 Vortec in it. So if you watched my other videos, you already know what's going on, how to get all the shit out. But I'm gonna break it down to you real quick. So what you're gonna need for the job: this is a 5-ton 2-jaw puller. This thing is about 35 bucks. You can get it at your local auto store or whatever it is, and it just basically hooks on to the fucking steering shaft. Keep calling it steering shaft. I think it's the goddamn relay rod. There you go. All right, so you need your 2-jaw puller, 5-ton 2-jaw puller. You're gonna need a flare wrench, 18mm flare wrench. As you can see, top is 18, bottom 16 there. Next thing you're gonna need is a torque wrench. It's going to have to be a pretty heavy duty one. I've got a 3-set. You can get a triple set torque wrench that measures in Newton meters. See that, Newton meters? I got 3 of these puppies, and they only cost me, I don't know, like 45 bucks on eBay shipped. But just get your conversions down, and you'll save yourself a lot of money if you're just doing some decent, a little decent work. Doesn't have to be anything extreme. So anyway, what you're going to need for the job is the 2-jaw puller, a 5-ton 2-jaw puller, 18-inch flared wrench, or 18mm flared wrench. 18-inch, that would be massive. So then you got an 18mm socket that's going to go for your idler arm, and it's going to, you don't necessarily have to have a deep socket, but when you get it into the frame there, it's going to kind of be a bitch. If you lose your socket, this fucking thing's just going to fall into the groove. You'll know when you get down there. I'm not going to show you. I'm sorry. I just stepped out of the shower. I'm too clean, and everything's already put back together. Then this one here, this is 7/8. You're going to need this to put your idler arm and your pitman arm on your relay rod. This one right here, 7/8, and it's going to be torqued down to 60 foot-pounds. Now, the relay rod, what do you call it? Pitman arm and the steering gear need to be torqued down to 60 foot-pounds. Now when you torque your idler arm to the frame at 79 foot-pounds. In Newton meters, that's 107. So that's going to be for, it says 96 and on. I'm assuming that's going to be all models. It doesn't specify whether it's 2 or 4 wheels. So right there, 79. I'm assuming that's going to be the same for the 2-wheel drive. If not, take it out on Chilton, because they're the ones that told you so. I'm just relaying the message. Aside from that, I mean, it's really not too much more than the pitman arm to the steering gear. Now that is 185 foot-pounds, and that is going to be a 33mm socket. Probably want a deep socket for that. Let's see. So this is the pitman to the relay rod. That's 60, just like I said. For your idler arm, it's going to be 60 as well to the relay rod. And aside from that, I think that's pretty much all the tools you're going to need, beside a jack stands, and the crossbar, or whatever you want to pull your tire iron, to pull your wheels off. You're probably going to want to grab at least, I'd say, 2 quarts of steering fluid. When you do your steering gear, make sure you don't necessarily have to, but I would probably recommend that you're going to want to drain the fluid in that. So when you do that, some people do start the engine for a little bit, get that shit pushed out of there. I don't really see a point in doing that when you can just see, there's your steering shaft right there, running right into the steering gear, that's where it meets with that plastic cover there. But realistically, if you just hook your shit all back up, I'm sorry, before you hook your shit all back up, leave your lines low, and the fluid should drain by itself. So that's basically it. I mean, there's really nothing more to show you guys. It's a cake job. It's just the bitch of the thing is lining up the spindle down there. You can't see it here, but it's too dark. Well, it's the rod I was just pointing at. Lining that up with the steering gear, getting that on there, it's just as long as you don't move the steering gear placement, don't move your steering wheel at all, or the gear placement. It's a bitch. When you put that pitman arm on there, it just needs to be exactly where it was if you want your shit to be straight. But in a nutshell, you know, it's just the 18 millimeter deep socket, 18 millimeter flare wrench, 5-ton 2-jaw puller, your torque wrenches, and that is just the jack. The jack stands, a quart of steering fluid, and see, my pitman arm and my pitman arm and my idler arm did not have grease certs on it. I guess I got cheap stuff. I don't know. I mean, I ordered off 1aauto.com, so that's where I got my stuff. So that's it, guys. I hope that helped you. You know what? You might need one of these too, just for grease. You know, that shit does happen. Just make sure all the... Oh, that's another thing too. Make sure your spindles are clean when you're... Or whatever you call that. The threads when you plug your steering gear back into your driver or your steering wheel shaft. That's just something they kept saying, so I guess, you know, you just want to make sure that that's done. But yeah, man, I mean, there's some other videos on YouTube here that really just showed me how to do this, so I owe credit to them. It's a damn shame that I'm not putting their name out there because I can't remember it, but a lot of these guys know what they're doing, and I got to give credit to those who already uploaded these videos. So obviously you don't need to be watching what I'm doing. I'm just throwing shit in a box here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys know what the fuck you're doing, because I sure as hell didn't until I started watching these videos. So hopefully this helps you. Good luck, guys, and we'll catch you next time. And next time I'll probably be playing video games. I won't be working on a fucking truck. Enjoy.